Today on Geek Hub, we're going to be discussing potential plots for the upcoming Man of Steel 2 movie, also known as the Batman vs. Superman movie. Now, given that this is a Man of Steel sequel, we need to take into account the events that occurred in the first movie. So yes, massive spoiler alert for this video. You have been warned. Now, to save time, I'm not going to focus on all the events that took place in the Man of Steel, just some of the more important events that could play a role in the second movie. Now, if you remember, towards the end of the movie, there is a scene with Superman and General Swanwick.
Then I'll ask the obvious question. How do we know you won't one day act against America's interests?
I grew up in Kansas, General. About as American as it gets. Look, I'm here to help. But it has to be on my own terms. And you have to convince Washington of that.
Even if I were willing to try, what makes you think they'd listen?
I don't know, General. Guess I'll just have to trust you.
Now, as you just saw, there is a discussion between Superman and the General about trust. Perhaps somewhere in between the first and the second movie, a level of trust between Superman and Washington is established. With that being said, it could be possible that Superman ends up working with one of the armed forces, or even the president. With that in mind, maybe the paths of Superman and Batman are crossed in a way that mirrors how it happened in The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. In The Dark Knight Returns, Superman is called upon to take care of Batman. The actions of Batman are making the justice system and Washington look bad. So the president calls upon Superman to take care of it. Now obviously, it is highly unlikely that a middle-aged Batman will be betrayed in this movie. So instead of thinking the plot will be word for word like The Dark Knight Returns, just think of the overall concept of Superman being called upon by the president. Another way that the paths of these two characters can cross could be that one of them visits the other city. If you read the comics, you would know that Bruce Wayne has visited Metropolis on more than one occasion. And as seen at the end of The Man of Steel, Clark Kent takes a job as a reporter at the Daily Planet. Perhaps Clark takes an assignment that would send him to Gotham City. While there, maybe there is some kind of major crime that takes place, and he, as Superman, goes to stop it. While the crime, perhaps these two characters will meet. Now here's another potential plot, and this one could involve Wonder Woman a little bit more. As seen in the Justice League New 52, a war between Darkseid and the League emerges. In these issues, we see the first encounters of all the members of the Justice League. Maybe in the Man of Steel 2, a similar thing happens. An attack from Darkseid or some other supervillain causes Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to come together and defeat that villain. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Geek Hub. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.